So bhakti, or this parama prema rupa, or this supreme love, is the same as enlightenment. So what I am teaching you, students and seekers on YouTube and students here in my Vedic study circle, I am teaching you the nexus of Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, the way Lord Krishna is trying to tell us. Then came, schools of thought which wanted to say, well, no, Krishna is the supreme God. No, Jesus is the supreme God. No, Guru Nanak is, we are not going there. We are not going there. We are not trying to choose the symbol of Ishvara. We are trying to understand the self as Ishvara. Because loving that, this Ishvara, this existence, this Satchit Ananda, the same as self-remembrance. And when you remember the sovereign self within, what happens? In an instant, you become whole. You become non-needy. And then your physical lovers can leave you or never show up when they promised. And your emotional love can betray you and you're shocked because you were giving all this emotional honesty. You are whole because you have been led into a transcendental space with this love. That is why I want you to remember that beyond physical love and beyond the drug of emotional love dwells this knowledge-based familiarity with Ishvara that evokes bhakti within you, evokes a very high love that acquaints you with that light within. And this is the non-dual bhakti of the Upanishads. This is para bhakti, the beyond bhakti. And this bhakti is a bit different from the bhakti of, what we find in, which I have also taught you, but there are two kinds of bhaktis. One is nirguna bhakti, where there is no attribute to Ishvara. You can only know it through your own wholeness. And there is the with attributes, saguna bhakti, Vishnu, Shiva. We can go there. Ganesha, we can go there. Jesus, we can go there. But I want to show you the ideal, which is the self. Because sometimes if we go to Shiva and Vishnu and Ganesha and anywhere, we stay there. We don't come back here. So this, where Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga meet, that is a really important aspect of bhakti that I wanted to talk to you about. This bhakti, this pure bhakti versus kama, versus physical love, emotional love, pure bhakti, the love of self and Ishvara, is Atma Ishvaric love, is 100% selfless. In fact, when you experience it, your attachments to your parents, to your children, to your dogs and cats, it reduces. But your service to them increases because you see them as divine vessels of Ishvara. You no longer serve others due to your relationships, but due to your sense of appreciation of Ishvara in them. It is a constant. It grows every day. It is infinite. There is no end to it. It doesn't come and go like a spasmodic love. Oh, suddenly I'm having a spasm of emotional love. No, it's not a crush either. It truly is a state of awareness where one goes into eternal love. Can you just imagine how that could feel? And take a moment right now, because even listening about this love makes you feel less incomplete, more complete. What is there to ask now? That is why the definition of Bhakti in the Narada Bhakti Sutra number 2 is Sa Tvasmin Param Prema Rupa. And we have shared that prior to you with showing you a slide, etc. Sa Tvasmin Param Prema Rupa. And it's a very interesting statement because it actually begins like that. But. It begins with Sa, but. But. Imagine a sentence beginning with but. What is bhakti? But. That bhakti means that ultimate bhakti, which is of the form of supreme limitless love, is in this. So when they say this, they are referring to what? To what is near and within you. They didn't say limitless love in Vishnu, limitless love in Shiva, limitless love in Durga. Now, please understand, I'm not disqualifying these Ishvara synonyms. I'm just explaining to you the usage of the word this. So, but, hold on. That bhakti, the kind of bhakti we are talking about, which is not physical, which is not emotional, but which is the form of limitless love, well, that bhakti is in this, right here, not outside, right here. And this is where we understand that this is not a bhakti of an outer Ishvara. This is the bhakti of the Atmic Ishvara. The Ishvara and the Atma, understanding how you are so close. You have forgotten. You feel forlorn and broken. But as you love Ishvara through knowledge gained, what happens? You recognize your own fullness. This is the beauty of it. So this is not, bhakti is not just more intense love, because intensity can vary based on your emotion, right? Bhakti is not, oh, you feel experience bhakti only when you worship Shiva, only when you worship Vishnu. Or, well, I was born Christian, so only when you worship, the Buddha or Christ. Because then we are limiting ourselves. Because this includes that. This is not excluded from that. So this word, this is very important. It points to the limitless God, the limitless self. And then the next sutra defines this bhakti as Amrita Swarupacha. Amrita means nectar of immortality. Nectar is always making you immortal. How does it make you immortal? Because when we connect with that undying eternal presence within, maybe through without, but ultimately within, we recognize the undying and the unborn self. So it's a recognition. So why is bhakti connected with Amrita of immortality? Because we become connected to what is immortal, imperishable, unbroken, unscared, unrelenting, unyielding, uncompromising within you. That wholeness of which you are an inherent part becomes revealed within your heart. That is bhakti. So you can stand in front of the altar as I do every morning and pray. And that's okay, because then God is far, remote. You can take a pilgrimage, as I tend to do every year, and go to God's home, and that's also fine. But you must never forget that ultimately all of this has to lead you back to this, not that, this. This is Advaita Bhakti. This is the true essence of bhakti. So with this, I conclude my satsang, and I open the floor for your expression, question, doubts, insights, or just joy at knowing that this love is connected to your wholeness. Everything becomes okay in its light. Or let me just begin with asking those of you who are present in the gallery here, view, and have turned on your videos to show me if, yes, this love makes you feel whole. You've experienced that wholeness. Yeah. Oh, yes, I can see that. Even if for a few moments, that's a beginning where the needs become extinguished. Where even if things are falling apart, it does not matter that much. Because there is a wholeness, there's a transcendental wholeness that you experience. Yeah. And did you appreciate the distinguishing between physical love, emotional love, and then this divine love, specifically bhakti? So in upasana, in prayers, we have, okay, let's physically love the divine. Let us create an altar. Let us light the flower. I have my own altar, elaborate altar at the back. Yeah, let's do it. Sure. Let's use the body. Let's have an emotional connection to, let us sing, chant, whatever, But let us still go beyond and experience through Ishvara this knowledge that, oh, I have something else that I have to hold on to and love. And the more you love this, the more you are reassured, you become whole. And this need not be physically present. This need not emotionally feed you, and yet you are whole. This is the miracle. This is the miracle. And whether you are sitting in Iran and thinking about this, whether you are sitting in Jerusalem, whether you are sitting in Calcutta, India, does not matter. Does not matter. Now you can bring in Shiva, Vishnu, Allah, Jesus, does not matter. Once you understand the foundation of this radical immortal essence, then if you have to love something, that's what I think now. Now when I think, oh, if I have to love something, some this or that, then I want to love this. So when I was growing up, I fell in love with a boy in the front of my house. Never got to talk to him because in India you don't tell anybody you love them. You just yearn for them, from far. So I also yearned when I was 15. And then I fell in love with my current partner, then emotional love with my current partner. But now that I have deeply known another love, do you really think in next birth I will waste my time? I'm sorry not to call, I don't want to call those loves waste of time, but perhaps I will be another Mirabai, because when she was given a murti of Krishna, she fell in love and went into trance. We know of many saints of many traditions who have only known the love of the divine. Yes, would you agree? Across the board. Who are these souls? Who are these souls? And another thing, as the love for this, for Ishvara, for Atma, grew within, for example, this body, the love towards partner, the love towards animals, the love towards students, the love towards enemies also started just real love. Means so-called enemies. No enemies. I have no enemies. But I'm saying compassion starts flowing. Then you are living with immortal love, limitless love. And how do you think it makes me feel inside? Like a Christmas tree. You understand? That's the only thing I can give you example. So this love, Parama Prema Rupa, is leading you towards the extraordinary. It is the love that begins with exploring this intellectual Sanskrit word, Ishvara, and what is this and what is that. But please understand, let language only be a tool. Do not think that Ishvara is a Sanskrit technical word. We have to use some human language. This could be conveyed to you in Greek or Latin, doesn't matter. Understand that this knowledge has come to you. Then where is the room for hatred, pettiness, smallness? Well, yes, we have our cultural gods because we are familiar with them. That is all. But if you walk into a mosque and you meet a very devout person, somebody who has transcended Islam and gone into Ishvara of Islam, do you understand? Somebody who has, not all Hindus are into Ishvara of Hinduism. You understand? They are into Murti Puja, this, that. But if you meet a Hindu who has gone into love of the Ishvara of Hindus, if they have gone to that stage and their self is floating, then you say, oh, I bow to you. Something is special about it. Have you experienced that? Have you met some people like that? Sometimes you may be in a train and somebody is in a state of love for all beings. You can feel their presence, can't you? Yes. That is why I feel like re-evaluating bhakti, re-understanding the message of bhakti. As you go back and review the YouTube videos from the beginning, we are reloading them from the beginning. And I don't remember how long I've been teaching Bhakti Yoga, but it feels like a long time. You just go ahead and use this premise and go back and start reviewing, and do not write my every word. Just draw some arrows and draw some points for yourself. And it will all conclude to one place, self, Atma.